Hey guys, Lance here from the MTG Lance channel doing another spoilers video. We're doing Journey to the Next and Magic 20 M15 Magic 2015. Doesn't matter. I've Wall of Fire and Waste Not have been here for a while. I'm still gonna go over Waste Not Wall of Fire. You can see what it does easily. Waste Not, it's a 2-drop. Whenever an opponent discards a card, a creature card, put a 2/2 black creature token on the battlefield. Whenever opponent discards a land card, add 2 to your mana pool. Whenever opponent discards a card that's a non-creature, non-land, draw a card. This is very interesting due to the fact if you have a lot of discard spells, you can get a lot of bonuses of more mana, creatures, or even drawing. So this could be very strong if there's a lot of discard spells. It works really good with Lifebane Zombie and Thoughtseize because then you're getting creatures, getting stuff out their hands, so you're kind of getting really good value out of it. And the rares have these new little bump things, and they're just changing it to make it more harder for them to fake. Next is Necromancer's Assistant, 3-drop for a 3/1, and when there's battlefield, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Interesting card. If you have ways to bring back your graveyard, or if your deck is based around the graveyard, this could be interesting. But besides that, it's 3 for a 3/1. That makes you mill yourself. Genesis Hydra. I actually really enjoy the artwork on this card and the actual card itself. Two green and X. Whenever you cast this, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent card with a converted mana cost of X or less from among them onto the battlefield and shuffle your library, and then it gets X on 1 counters. So let's say you do it for 4. So this costs 6 for a 4/4, and then a creature with converted cost 4 or less. And so that could be good. It could be really good. Because it just says put it on the battlefield. There's no restraints. You kind of just put the card on the battlefield. If you have a lot of extra mana, you dump it in this creature. It gets played. You just look through the top cards of your library, and then you put it on the battlefield, and then you shuffle your library. So it's not like you have to put those in your graveyard or bottom of your library. You shuffle your library. So you're just like, look, oh, here's a creature card. Let's do it. Especially with the scry ability, you're able to, okay, my next card's this card. Okay. I can easily, okay, it's a 1-drop. I'll just pay 1, make a 1/1 and another 1. Or there's many things you could do with this. EDH, I think this could be very liable. Standard green monsters, this definitely could be, especially because you ramp, put 5 into this thing, and you just kind of go and take any card out you want. So that could be very good. Journey into Nyx has some interesting spoilers. I believe it only has a few, but there's a really interesting one here. Ether is God of Pashes, one any, 1 white, 1 black for a 5/4. Indestructible, devotion to 7 or less isn't a creature. And then its ability is insane, guys. First, it's 3 for 5/4. So it's pretty good there. I mean, it's in contention with the other ones, except it only costs 3. And whenever another creature you control dies, return it to your hand unless your opponent pays 3. That's interesting. It's really interesting because the fact is your opponent has to pay 3 or you get it back in your hand. So it's like, okay, I'm going to swing with Burmaz. Somehow you kill it. Okay, take 3 anyways or give me my Burmaz back. So you're just kind of hitting them with, I think mid-range would love this, like Orzhov mid-range, which is a deck, and Orzhov aggro, because it's like, okay, I got to deal with these threats, but then I'm still going to take more damage than they're probably going to deal to me. But you still have to take care of them, otherwise they just go back to the hand. And that just causes a lot of thinking. Do you want it back? Do you not want them to have it back? Are you able to take 3? Do you not? And it just, I think it's the best god so far out of all of these. Iroas is pretty high up there. Krufrix is kind of confusing to me. Kranos, God of Storms, is pretty good if you're playing Izzet. I'm just waiting for Farika, God of Affliction. I hope it gets in contention with Atheros, God of Passage, because then it will be one of those cards that's like, yes, good. And this is one of the less drafted sets, so if it's really good, then it makes the price go up a lot. I think Polymetal Rush, I haven't talked about. 3, Strive 2, additional copies. You know what Strive does now. Choose a creature on the battlefield. Any number of target creatures you control become a copy of that creature until end of turn. This could be really interesting, especially against a control matchup. They like tap out except 1 mana for Aetherling. It's like, okay, my go. I have like 3 creatures. I'm going to make them all Aetherlings, and then I'm gonna swing in for your entire life. So it's an interesting card. I mean, I could see this having some good play, but otherwise, I don't know. It'd be fun in draft, that's for sure. But I don't really know what to think about this card yet. King of Makar, the Gold Curse, so an inspired removal spell, pretty much. When it untaps, you exile target creature. If you do, put a colorless artifact token named Gold on the battlefield. It has sacrifice. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So that's interesting. I mean, it's 4 for 2/3, so it's all right there. But when you untap it, you're getting rid of their stuff and getting mana for it. So 4/4/4/2, whenever it enters battlefield, does 1 damage. So if you're playing really, really heavy enchantment decks like red, white enchantment in draft, this would be very good because now you have a 4/4/4/2. Whenever you enchant your stuff, guess what? You're gonna do 1 damage plus they're gonna get big. Hydra Broadmaster for 6-drop 7/7 is already good there. Plus the Monstrous XX makes it really good because you do it for like 2, let's say, 2 on each of them, not just like one, like 4. You pay 4 mana plus the 5. Well, you already have 7 there, so say you have 8 mana. 7 works, okay. So 3 for each of those, so it gets 3 counters on it. So now it's a 10/10, and you get 3/3/3s. So now you have a 9, pretty much 19 power on the board, which is crazy, guys. Mono green will love this card to death because it could just ramp and just do fun stuff with that. I think I've talked about all of these so far, and I don't think any other things have come out. I think I've talked about all these. So that's it. Let me just refresh this real quick, make sure there's no new spoilers before I get off. Nope, not anytime soon. So I think the best card right now in this set is Ethereos and Launch in the Fleet. Launch the Fleet. Those are like my 2 cards in the set that I think. Well, if I would pick my top 5, it'd be those 2. Ajani, Mentor of Heroes, Mana Confluence. Those are like my top 4 there. And they're not in any order. What would be my 5th? Like, I think that's the best card out of here. And probably Hydra Broadmaster. I mean, these gods are alright, but this one's just insane. This has so many abilities for White Weenie. Just, okay, I'm just going to swing in with 5 guys. I have 5 mana. Okay, make them get all 5 1/1/1s. And I mean, it's crazy. Because whenever this creature attacks, so then you just. You do. No, it's not instant. Dang it, I thought it was instant. It's still good, though. I still really think it's great. It has a lot of ability purposes. I mean, you just can make a ton of tokens. If it said instant, I'd have been like, yay, super good, but it's less good than I thought. But it's still pretty good. So those aren't in any particular order. They're just my favorite cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.